Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Debbie. And together,
We are the Round Table Recap. Hey, welcome back. We are on Traitors UK, Season 3, Episode 2. And starting off, it picks up with the cages. And this is where you learn that the other two, one is Wes from, well, a lot of people know him from The Challenge, but I actually know Wes from when he first started on MTV with The Real World. So that's how I know him. And then the other one is Derek from Big Brother, but again,
Yeah.
Big Brother.
Yeah, Derek, of course, Derek and Boston Rob are the ones I'm more familiar with. I'm familiar with Wes only because this is my second time watching it. But the first time around, I didn't know who he was. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when it started with the cages, remember in UK, only 2 people were allowed back into the game, or only 2 cages came down.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, okay, who doesn't come in? Who doesn't come in? And I'm thinking, well, all 3 come in. How does that happen?
Yeah.
But
rewatching. I'm remembering as it's showing, but while I'm before it shows, I'm like, oh wait, yeah. Like I question things, and then as I get seen, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, I remember that. But yeah. But then it just basically cuts to the Traitors, and they're trying to discuss.
Even before that, Boston Rob proposes that the 3 of them stick together.
Oh,
because I didn't remember that from the first time around, and I was thinking that would have been a smart move for them to do, is just to stick together. I can't remember why they don't. It's probably because of Boston Rob, but but yeah, I was thinking that's smart if they would stick together. But anyways, we know how that turns out.
Yeah, and to your point, I don't remember them either saying that, because it would have been a pretty good alliance. I mean, you're already together. You can, and you're coming in a little late. I mean, it's not really late in the game, but you're still late. So,
right.
But yeah, I remember them not sticking to that alliance at all throughout the season.
Right.
But yeah, so then at the Traitors, I agreed with Carolyn when she was saying let's keep Dorinda, because she really would have been a shield. A lot of people had already suspected her, and I don't know. I mean, I know she just couldn't come up with a strong enough argument for the other 2, but I feel like they made a poor choice in not choosing her. So
I was like, Carolyn just gave up too easy. I mean, if she had just stuck to her guns, I think it would have changed the game. So
so then moving into, that's all I really had with their whole discussions.
Well, I don't know if it was a discussion. I mean, I remember Bob the drag queen, he just was like, okay, I'm just going to stand back and watch this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, if I remember correctly, Carolyn and Danielle just always butted heads as Traitors. They could never really work together, which ultimately, as you'll see play out, affected their game. But had they just actually played together, then they would have, I think, been better off.
Yeah, I think coming from 2 different shows with 2 different strategies on gameplay, it just didn't mesh. But that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because they are both good game players. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't come to an agreement. Instead of, I mean, if you look at it like they came to an agreement, they really didn't, because Carolyn just gave up. She's just like, well, the heck with it, just go for Dorinda.
I think even because I know they cut back to this discussion that's happening, and I think she even says just forget it. I just want this to be done, and that's why she just throws in the towel.
Right.
But as you see at the breakfast table, everyone still is discussing Dorinda and thinks that she's a traitor. So again, she would have been a really great person to keep in the game.
Yeah.
And here I do I love the Carolyn interviews with and she's like, I don't know what to say, like, my face and like her, you know, her facials and yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it always make
Yeah,
me laugh.
she's a character. I mean, I never saw the Survivor that she was on, but yeah, I mean, she's a character. That's for sure.
And then, did you have anything else to add before
Oh,
Alan comes in?
at breakfast? Oh,
Yeah,
before Alan
breakfast.
comes in.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I the only thing was with Bob the drag queen and Danielle, both both of them
The
crying at the
tearing up,
but
yeah.
I don't
And then who's behind them? Who's
yeah, I know.
There's
I thought that
Tom
was funny
all up
too.
in the mix.
Tom's like, I'm going to stay back here with my besties. And, he's behind all three traitors.
Yeah, I know. I know. I thought that was funny. Like out of the all, they just happen to sit all in, right next to each other, and then there's
Mhm.
Tom. Yeah,
There's Tom.
he
Yeah.
he knows what's going on, and oh, it's funny.
Yeah. That's all I had. And, yeah, at the breakfast. And then, mhm.
Really, they kind of like branch off. And did you notice the little dog?
Yes.
The dog matches Alan's outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his dog. I can't remember her name. Oh, I wish I could remember her name. I
Oh, it
can't
is her
remember her
dog.
name.
I mean,
It's his dog.
she's yeah, his dog. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
Yes.
they got the yellow plaid going on and even matches his red glasses with her red little collar. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I don't think I noticed this before." Yeah, it's
Yep.
funny. But oh, you know what? I did note that Robin, this is because she's bringing up that everyone suspects the Real Housewives as being the
Mhm.
traitors. And she's like,
Mhm.
because we're talkative and we um are not afraid to hold back. And it's just funny because she's like said something about, wanting to be the center of attention, and then they zoom in on Ion, and like right before this though is where what's his name? Wells says,
Mm.
my plan is to stick next to Ion because she's so talkative that basically
Right.
he can't mess up anything because he just lets
I
her
know.
talk and talk. I'm like, it's just funny that they pan
Yeah.
in on Ion while Robin is saying all of this.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one is more like it's funny. Like there's different little
Uh-huh.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. After breakfast, so they split up to like I mean it shows different people talking with different people amongst the group,
Mhm.
and I think they do this on purpose where this is what I would be afraid of like going into Traitors and playing this game, because you're like in your interview you come across as so certain, like, oh, okay, it can't be this person, can't be that person. And where they did
Mhm.
this to Robin, because she's talking to two people in the kitchen, and she's like, I 100% think it's not Bob the drag queen. And then it like
Right.
pans to her interview, and she's like talking about how she's got a good sense of people and because she's been
Mhm.
burned before. And then it's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're like, he is a traitor, and you're so
Yeah.
confident that you're a good judge of people. So I would
Yeah.
hate, yeah. I think they do that on purpose, but yeah.
They they take clips from their confessionals and just put it in. I think, yeah,
Hmm.
for obviously for entertainment purposes, but I did think that Jeremy was on to he wasn't sure which Bob, but he thought one of the Bobs was a
Yes.
traitor. So I thought
Yeah.
that was good on his part. And then of course Danielle is pushing the housewife narrative that one of them is a traitor. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because I forget that came up in the last episode. So yeah, she's just
Mhm.
running with it, which I think is a good
Yeah.
strategy on her part. And I too
Right.
noticed, I'm like, oh, okay, Danielle is she is very strategic in throughout her
Mhm.
gameplay. No, like her theatrics are
Right.
much at times, but like, but she
And they
does
get
have,
worse.
and yeah, and they get progressively worse, but yeah, she does make some smart gameplays as well.
Mhm.
Just like Dylan, that's who she was talking about to get on board about the two, or that someone has to be a traitor from the Real Housewives and basically trying to form an alliance with him. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's smart. And then I
Yeah.
mean, even, since we're the second episode in, I think it's important that you do try to build an alliance sooner than later
Mhm.
because obviously people usually tend to stick to whoever they're with from the start versus someone who they just
Mhm.
made an alliance with, halfway through the season or whatever the
Yeah.
case is.
And that's why I think it's ironic what the Survivor guys, like Jeremy and Tony, they're already looking at Boston Rob and trying to get an alliance with him. And Boston Rob's like, yeah, I want revenge on everybody,
Yeah.
because at the beginning nobody wanted him in the game. It's just it's just funny how the tables turn and they think that they could have like an authentic alliance with him at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, they're like, no hard feelings. At least that's how I
Right.
assume that that's
Hmm.
their thinking
Yeah.
process is. He'll get over it. He's in the game now.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston Rob's thinking they didn't want me in the game.
Yeah.
They just as soon send me home. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that this is also, see, okay, so because Wells, we learn, he gets eliminated at the end of this episode. Uh, I was like, man, I don't remember him, but I'm like, I feel like he would have been a really strong competitor, and that's why because
mhm,
he's out this episode.
right.
But like when he was like speaking with Robin, and he's like, no, I think it was a poor choice to,
Mhm,
uh, basically Dorinda off. And
right.
Robin's like, no, I think that's a smart choice. But I was right along with Wells and his logic. And then
Yeah.
obviously he doesn't know that Robin's not a traitor, but even his logic in thinking that she possibly is one, I thought was spot on, where
Mhm,
she was getting a little defensive. And I mean, it was a very like traitor-esque move for her.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't remember him either. And, obviously I know why, because he wasn't on for very long.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think he would have been a really good player in this. Yeah, it was unfortunate that he made that comment, I guess, and then Robin, of course, at the round table, she just runs with it. And I just wish people had looked at somebody else instead of
Yeah.
Wells. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he would have gone far had he was been able to stay in. Yeah,
Hmm.
logically, I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy is pretty good." Because I
Yeah.
didn't know him before Traitors. Like, yeah, I didn't know who he was or anything.
Right.
So,
No, no.
uh, but yeah, that's all I have until they move on to the actual challenge. Did you have anything else about their discussions?
No, what's the challenge? Are you talking about getting the cages down?
Yeah, which is
Oh,
their
okay.
their
No.
first mission challenge.
Right.
Really, it was just obviously to get these three guys down because each of them had a shield,
Right.
and a lot of them sucked up to
Hmm.
Rob
Yes.
and put most of their coins and let him down first. Um,
Yeah.
and then I think Wes was the second person to come down, and then it was Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wes was the last because nobody really knew. Because the Big
Oh.
Brothers were helping Derek,
Oh, that's right.
and
That's right. Yeah.
The Survivor people were helping Boston Rob. But I thought it was who was it? Was it Dylan that wanted to early on create an alliance with Boston Rob? Wasn't that? Didn't he make a comment when he put it in? Wasn't it with Boston Rob? I think it was Dylan.
Yeah, I think it was Dylan. I mean, a lot of people, I think even Carolyn had said like she was trying to get an alliance with Boston Rob.
Yeah.
There's a couple of
Yeah.
them that were trying to align with
Yeah.
him
But I
by
could
giving him coins.
Yeah, but I could see why, like the survivors, he would have more of a mm, revenge type attitude towards the survivors because none of them helped him out to come into the game
Yeah.
at the beginning. But I thought Dylan, who has never played with Boston Rob and is not from the Survivor genre, but yet he wanted to ally with Boston Rob. So I thought that was good early on, that he saw the potential of a good alliance there.
Yeah.
And then obviously Danielle and Brittany were trying to help Derek, and then I don't know, I guess Tom. I don't know why Tom was helping Derek. You I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. I don't. I think it was just probably whoever had the least coins or trying to give them the most coins to obviously say, like, I gave you the most coins to give you, to give me your shield type of situation. But other than that,
right,
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then who was it? Was it Ion that wanted to know, who are you?
Oh yeah. And I was like, what do you do? Give him a resume, or what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I
yeah,
thought
that
that
was
was
funny.
funny. Yeah. Well, at least she tried to do something smart to be like, well, why should I give you coins? Yeah, what can you do for me? Yeah.
Right, right. But not knowing that all three were going to come in, uh, because I mean, obviously, I just can't remember in UK, did they just run out of time? Could they have gotten all three in, or was it they could only have two come in? I can't remember with the UK, but
Yeah, I don't.
with this, I mean, obviously, all three came in, but they were, you didn't need to stop and discuss,
Yeah.
things. Just give them the coins and go get some more.
Yeah. Yeah. I laughed at that. I remember. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, then they get back to the castle and I made a note. Who's in the room giving the three new players the rundown of everyone?
Oh, wow.
Good
And of
old
course, the one
Tom.
with the one with the most knowledge.
Yep, yep. And even Wes in his interview, he's like, um, he calls it, all I'm listening to is this guy spew propaganda.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing really substantial, essentially.
No,
Just yeah,
no.
yeah. I thought it
Yeah.
was
Poor
funny,
Tom.
but
Yeah, I made a note of that too, that Tom was there trying to, give them all the facts, and it wasn't
yeah,
anything factual.
yeah. No facts at all. Yeah,
Nope.
but yeah. And then I just have they move into the first round table. I mean, go ahead.
Well, even before that, I was just going to make a comment about also when Boston Rob asked Tom, "Well, who do you trust?" Who does Tom name? He names Bob the drag queen and Carolyn.
Yeah,
Like, who do you think is not a traitor?
yeah, yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Poor Tom.
Yeah, it's just funny. Yep. And I did note that Danielle is nervous that Rob is in the game, but obviously
Hmm.
at this point she doesn't know that he's in the game as a traitor because Rob's the only one that they made it as a traitor coming back in.
Right.
The other two are
Right.
just regular players. But yeah, the first round table. I mean, I think you could really tell that no one really had a clue who was a traitor at this point, even when they did
Hmm.
their votes at the end, because they're kind of all over the place. Um, and even when they kick it off, I mean, Bob, starts off and, shoots it over to Wells, naming him, and then Wells points at Robin, and yeah, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just basically anybody that's talking.
Mhm.
Pretty much anybody that was talking and pointing fingers, those were the ones that were suspects. That's why. Tom. Tom
Yeah.
says, does anybody else want to talk? Brittany?
Yeah, or like, well, and then was it Chriselle's? Because Tom brings up Chriselle again as
Right,
a
right.
suspect, and Chriselle was like, "Well, yeah, because you whipped off your blindfold," and she's like, "You had that Spock eyebrow," And
Right.
the spotlight on your face, she's like, I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I would have been too, the way that he was staring down
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I
Oh
thought that
dear.
was funny. But yeah, I thought that Bob the drag queen, he I remember him being really good at the round tables because he can spin it.
Hmm. Yeah.
But even like this one, I was like, yeah, he's a good like spinning of it where he says that like something to the extent of like he applauds people for speaking up because then you get the target put on your back or
Hmm.
so again,
Right.
I mean, obviously he knows he's a traitor and he's creating chaos by, pointing out people on purpose, but it still holds true where people don't suspect him.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I do remember him being good at that as well.
Yeah. And then I made a note too because Danielle, of course, cries. Um, and I'm like, maybe that's why she had to continue crying so much throughout the season because she started off as
Oh.
a crier and to keep up the
Hmm.
charade or whatever, like she had to continue as a crier. So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, there she goes
that
again.
could
So
be.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah, she does it all season long.
yeah. It's like if you start off as a crier, then you got to keep those tears coming because otherwise people are going to suspect differently of you.
Then it gets so much worse. Oh,
I know
anyways.
it does. It does. It reminds me of the Traitors. You was it UK where the traitor, she's never a crier, no emotion, and then she messes
Oh,
up
right.
at
Yes.
the breakfast to start crying. Yeah. So see,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
gotta continue playing how you play it, but yeah, she
Yeah.
does take it to another. Danielle takes it to another level
Hmm. Yes.
going on. But yeah, I was sad. This is when Wells is gone.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Yeah, I think Danielle kind of interjected when at the round table when she was trying to point it towards the housewives and stuff, to Robin and Dolores, and and then Robin throws it back on Danielle. But you can see where Danielle was trying to just create chaos, and I think was it Robin? I think it was Robin that pointed it out that that's what a traitor would do.
yeah,
As far as like going after the housewives and stirring things up.
yeah, yeah. I think that she was talking about Wells, right? When she said that
Well,
that you create, or was she talking about
Robin, she
Tom?
pointed out. Oh, was that Tom?
It was
I
that
remember it was
somebody.
with, huh?
Yeah, I remember it was that somebody. I just can't remember if it was Wells or if it was somebody or Tom, maybe or somebody else. But she's the one that says, yeah, part of a trader's job is to create chaos. And I remember her saying,
Right,
like, you're the one that's creating the most chaos. But I didn't write down
right.
who she was pointing that out to.
Yeah, but I made a note when Danielle got into the discussion towards the end there that, and when she was throwing Robin and Dolores's name out there, that's when Robin made the comment saying, that's what a traitor would do. She put it back on Danielle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of a different part. Yeah. Yeah. So then that's it. And like I said, you find out that Wells is the one who gets eliminated because he gets the most votes. And
yeah.
then
And then
then
Danielle cries, and then
yeah,
Carolyn cries.
yeah,
And then Ian cries. The only legitimate one you could say is Ian because, she and Wells were always, they were
hmm
always talking. Well, she was always talking to
yeah,
Wells, but,
yeah,
but that's I would have questioned why are Danielle and Carolyn crying? Ian I could see, but Danielle and Carolyn,
yeah, yeah. I don't, but at least if they questioned it, they didn't show anybody questioning it. But yeah, it
no.
definitely would have been a red flag. Or maybe not Danielle because she died.
Oh,
Sherry cried at breakfast. She cried last episode. She
yeah.
cries, so they probably just chalked it up
Yeah.
to she's going to be crying. But but yeah,
Which
this
is
is also
strange, because you think somebody from Big Brother that I mean, Big Brother, you're ruthless. So to me, it's just strange that somebody from Big Brother would be emotional like that. But,
Yeah. And see, I didn't
nobody
watch
else.
her Big Brother game, so I don't know if she was she an emotional player on Big Brother as well? Was she a crier?
I, I don't know. It's been so long. I don't know. I remember I liked her on Big Brother, but I don't know. I can't remember her. Not like this. Not like always crying. I don't think I would have liked somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would feel like if or felt if I would have known her from Big Brother coming in and she had a different gameplay, then that would have thrown me off
Hmm.
too. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
that goes. I mean, that's to be said. It really about anybody. Like
Hmm.
if it's off a little bit versus what you've
Yeah.
seen previously, yeah, then it would put up a red
Yeah.
flag for me.
Yeah. So you got to think that for the Big Brother, Danielle's got to be careful around Derek and Brittany, and Carolyn,
Hmm.
Survivor. She's got to be careful around the Survivor people because they know how you are, how you play. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. But I think her quirkiness kind of can help cover her
Hmm.
tracks,
That's
even if
true.
like
That's true.
she makes a mistake. I feel like she could cover, but yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Survivor, that's Rob and Wes decide to give their shields
Hmm.
to Survivor people. Rob
Right.
to Tony and Wes to Jeremy because they
Yep.
both basically essentially want to build up a rapport. But Rob says to get them to trust him so he can get them out later. Um,
Mm.
and then Derek's the only one that gives it to somebody else who he gives it to Dylan.
Yeah, which I thought was good that he saw that Dylan had some good qualities, for the game.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I thought that was good because Dylan is already suspecting Bob the drag queen. He's the only one, I think, at
Yeah.
this point. Him and Jeremy are the only ones that even have Bob the drag queen on their radar.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really it. And then they go to the Traitors turret, and the three of them find out that Rob is joining them. And I like
I know.
how it ends, where
Yeah.
Bob and Carolyn are both happy. You can tell that they're like,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
he's a traitor
Yeah.
with us. But Danielle's face does not show any enthusiasm.
I
But
know.
yeah, so I liked kind of where they ended it.
I
Yeah.
know. I put down Danielle looks unhappy.
Yeah. I put Danielle's face with Rob being the traitor. That was my note. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is more enjoyable. Like I said, watching it,
Hmm.
a second time. Yeah. You pick
Yeah.
up on the little things.
Yeah. Yeah. So that concludes our episode 2. And yeah, tune in next week as we go over and give our reaction to episode 3.
Yay.